So the new Epstein files are out, and I'm looking for Tom McMillen. And if you don't recall Tom McMillen, he's the guy who was on Pablo Finds Out, 6'11", former 3-time Democratic congressman, former NBA player, former Clinton appointee, current member of the University of Maryland's Board of Regents. I asked him many questions about his deep and rich life in sports and politics, as well as why he appeared multiple times in the Epstein flight logs and Black Book and email archive. And at every turn, Tom McMillen basically denied and dismissed and dodged these questions.
This was stuff 35 years ago. I don't have any relationships here. Moving on. So I'm going to leave.
Even though he also is the guy who was at 6'11", walking into Mar-a-Lago in that famous NBC video right next to Jeffrey Epstein as they went and greeted Donald Trump. Tom McMillen's also the guy who was whispering to Ghislaine Maxwell behind Trump and Epstein as they doubled over laughing and then tried to sort of like duck out of the frame. Tom McMillen said to us that if he had any relationship with Epstein, it would have been in the early 90s, and he doesn't really remember any of that. And certainly after that, he can't recall anything. Nothing happened.
I've said I haven't had any relationship with him since the early 90s. So I think that's it.
The email that I found today suggests something different because it is from February 27th, 2013. This is Jeffrey Epstein emailing Tom McMillen, quote, "When are you in NY?" ? And Tom McMillen soon replies, quote, "I just got back from Costa Rica and heading to Cabo in a week, so it may be late March. Hope you are well, Tom." And then the signature of C. Thomas McMillen. By 2013, Jeffrey Epstein was already somebody who was found guilty of the solicitation of an underage prostitute. He had already been registered as a sex offender. This is somebody that you would not have been wishing well unless perhaps you had an association with him that at this point in the timeline stretched decades. And it reminds me of what the DOJ was told by Ghislaine Maxwell in the interview that she did with them, in which she identifies Tom McMillen as one of the first names that come to mind among the politicians that Jeffrey Epstein spent time with in the 90s.
Congressman McMillen.
Say it again?
McMillen.
Okay.
And now here it is again in February of 2013. And so we will continue to report this story, and we'll continue to look out for new files that may be released.